Eggs provide an impressive array of B vitamins: 46% of daily B12, 42% of riboflavin, 35% of pantothenic acid, and 24% of folate, plus vitamin D, vitamin A, and others. The emphasis that the yolk contains virtually all vitamins, don't discard it, represents a significant shift from previous dietary guidance. For decades, eggs were demonized due to cholesterol concerns. The yolk of one large egg contains about 186 milligrams of cholesterol, and old guidelines recommended limiting dietary cholesterol to 300 milligrams daily. This led to the egg white omelet trend and the discarding of nutritious yolks. Current research has largely vindicated eggs, showing that dietary cholesterol has less impact on blood cholesterol for most people than previously thought. But this evolution in nutritional science should make us somewhat humble about current dietary recommendations. What we're certain about today might be revised tomorrow. The recommendation to include 4 to 7 eggs weekly is presented as part of a Mediterranean-style diet, emphasizing eggs with vegetables rather than with bacon or heavy meats. This contextualizes eggs within an overall eating pattern, which makes sense. But it also reveals cultural assumptions about how eggs should be eaten. In many cultures, eggs are paired with rice, not vegetables. There's a subtle value judgment embedded in prescribing the right way to eat eggs. Eggs from pasture-raised chickens are noted as containing more vitamin D and omega-3s than conventionally raised eggs. This is generally true, though the differences may be smaller than marketing suggests. Pasture-raised eggs are also significantly more expensive, often 2 to 3 times the cost of conventional eggs. For someone on a tight budget, the recommendation to buy pasture-raised eggs isn't realistic. The mention of omega-3 enriched eggs is interesting. These come from chickens fed flaxseed or fish meal, which increases omega-3 content in the eggs. This is a legitimate way to increase omega-3 intake, though the amounts are still much lower than what you'd get from eating fatty fish directly. The advice to use whole eggs unless specifically advised otherwise pushes back against the egg white trend, but it doesn't account for people with high cholesterol or heart disease who may have been advised by their healthcare providers to limit egg yolks. There's a tension between population-level dietary advice and individual medical recommendations. Shakshuka is mentioned as a perfect Mediterranean egg dish, providing vitamins from eggs, tomatoes, peppers, and olive oil. This is a delicious and nutritious dish, but it requires time, multiple ingredients, and some cooking skill. It's not a quick weekday breakfast for most people. The choline content of eggs is highlighted as supporting brain health, with 90% found in the yolk. Choline is indeed an important nutrient, and eggs are one of the best sources. Choline is particularly important during pregnancy for fetal brain development. However, most people have never heard of choline, and its importance is rarely discussed in mainstream nutritional advice. Eggs are described as among the most bioavailable protein sources, which is accurate. The protein quality of eggs is used as the reference standard against which other proteins are measured. But this high-quality protein comes with cholesterol and saturated fat, which is why context matters. The suggestion to combine eggs with vitamin C-rich vegetables like tomatoes and peppers for comprehensive nutrition makes sense from a nutrient pairing perspective. But again, it requires planning and effort. Storage advice recommends using eggs within 3 to 5 weeks of purchase date. Many people don't check dates on egg cartons or track how long eggs have been in their refrigerator. In the United States, eggs are washed and refrigerated. In many other countries, they're unwashed and stored at room temperature. These different systems reflect different approaches to food safety. What strikes me about the egg recommendations is how they've completely reversed from previous decades. Eggs went from being restricted to being embraced. This should give us pause about accepting any dietary advice as absolute truth. Nutrition science evolves, sometimes dramatically.